Well, let's now speak to Ben Jones, who's the Director of Case Operations and Outreach at the Free Speech Union. Ben, it's appalling when you see some of the things that go on campus, when you see, and actually it's not about just protecting free speech. The cracking down on this, the sort of an enabling of cancel culture, to me actually ends up translating into direct intimidation, harassment and bullying of people.
Yeah, that's right. One thing I want to draw attention to immediately, this was reported in the Times today, and at the bottom of the article you could see a response from government sources which described the Higher Education Freedom of Speech Act as the Tories' hate speech charter. Now, there's a few things to respond to there. Firstly, this is not a partisan left-right issue. The Free Speech Union has helped in 500 cases concerning universities in just over 4 years. And as it happens, most of the academics I speak to who need our help happen to be on the left of politics. This is something that would have protected everybody, irrespective of their political beliefs. But more than that, now we know what this government thinks of free speech and of academic freedom. It thinks that it is hate speech. And in the last 7 weeks, we've had this onslaught with the Freedom of Speech Act being suspended, a proposal for a definition of Islamophobia that would bring back blasphemy laws to this country. We've had this incredibly draconian approach to online speech following the riots. Just this week, we've had the proposal that misogyny should be treated within the Prevent Anti-Extremism programme, i.e. schoolboys making sexist jokes are going to be treated as if they're on a pathway to becoming terrorists. And we're not even 2 months into this government.
I mean, what sort of stuff, you know, because as somebody who is the Director of Case Operations, what sort of stuff is now being shut down when academics are getting in touch with you from universities, from the left, from the right? What is, according to the Labour Party, now considered hate speech? Because a lot of people out there are worried that they just don't know.
Well, we've had so many inquiries in the last few weeks, particularly. We've had literally thousands of people joining the Free Speech Union as members because there is so much fear out there. People do not know what the rules are anymore. We've had emails from pensioners this week, for example, saying, if I say this in the street, if I post this on Facebook, are the police going to come and knock my door down? So there is a climate of fear that is very real, that is growing. Nothing the government is doing is reassuring people that they will have any regard whatsoever for protecting freedom of speech. In terms of what we see on university campuses, even after the law made clear that believing in biological reality is a protected belief, that you can't be fired for holding that belief, even now, years after that was made clear, we still see countless cases of academics, of students, of visiting speakers who are no-platformed or sacked or censured in some way for expressing that view that you cannot change your sex or gender. So the trans rights debate still continues to rumble on. HR in universities and indeed in the private sector still has not got the message that you are allowed to believe in the realities of biological sex and of science.